Express framework allows us to define a pipeline of functions that will be executed one after another upon receiving a request. Let's define two middleware functions. Function, a name, and middleware functions should have three parameters: rec, res, and the third parameter is actually a reference to the next function in the pipeline. And usually it is called next. Let's say, okay, let's add something to the rec object. For example, first name. Let me copy and paste this. Change the name. Sorry, I forgot to say that at the end of each function, each middleware function, we should call the next function in the pipeline. Okay, here we can say console.log rec.url. And then call the next function in the pipeline. Now to use this middleware functions, we have several options. You can say app.use and then the name of the middleware In this way, these two middlewares will be applied on all requests. Now, for example, here we know that the rec object will have a property called first name for sure. This one also have the same stuff. Okay, let's start the server, node main.js. Now, if I go here and refresh this page and go back here, we see that this middleware was executed and wrote the URL in the terminal. If we go here and go to the root, now we see that this parameter is shown here, and this file is this text is also printed in the terminal. It's possible to limit middlewares to a specific path or passes. If you want to do that, you need to specify the path or passes in the first parameter of the use method. For example, admin. If you want to specify more than one path, you can use an array of strings. Each element must be a path. Okay, now assume that we want to restrict this middleware only to the request start with admin. Now, if I refresh this page, now we see that there is no first name property in the rec object, and consequently it prints undefined. Let me copy this code and paste it and type, for example, admin/test, and let me restart the server. Now if I type admin/test, since this property is added to this object by this middleware, Now we can show the value of this property to our users. You can limit middlewares to very specific requests. If you want to do that, you can, for example, instead of this, you can type the list of middlewares after the route in the get method. Mid fn1, for example, mid fn2. Now these two middlewares will be applied on this row, specifically on this row, in order from left to right. So that's it for now. Good luck.